A quick example how the new changes will be reflected in the rescue groups process. So first we need to add an animal, and here one change. First of all, I can remove half of the fields that I think are not needed, but let's go through like this process too, so I can show like a few changes. Say so we'll add a cat and say it's like going through, say it's on hold, so for now. One thing here is that I suggest that we record the cats using the hashtag count equals and then number of cats. Say like there are three kittens. Let me just make sure that everything else is fine. And yes, this can be used for indicating the rescuer. And I'll do save. And then our primary breed. So one additional thing at this point that the volunteer rescuer will have to do is to go to intakes and add intake for this animal, and then decide which one. So if it's a regular stray pickup, it can be stray pickup or stray drop off. If it's ACC, it's going to be transfer. It's going to be owner surrender for the return cats or the new cats that owners brings in, or born rescue shelter. If it's a TNR, it's going to be straight pickup. So say that we found those kittens, or someone found and called us. So this is for this animal. You will indicate when the kittens were found, say on Friday. Then you'll need to indicate who found them. I added a few contacts, but say like this is like the test contact for volunteer. But here it can be Claire or Eilette. Then you'll have to enter the address, at least approximately. I'll just enter mine. And then in the notes here, you can at this point record the district using hashtag district. Say it's like 31. And you can use this tool that I shared, the map, to indicate which district it is. Let me actually demonstrate it. There's this tool. Yeah, district map widget. So say 90 Tompkins Avenue, Brooklyn. You need to enter the address and then the borough. So it's district 36. And then you save it. So you see the entry of this intake, and so there's like all intakes. But for this cat, you see this profile that I just created. There is one intake recorded here, and eventually there will have to be an outcome for this intake. So it's when either the cat is adopted or released back. You can record, actually I think even on the intake you can go here. No, you can't do it here. But you can go back to the CAD and go to outcomes and say like there is a submitted agreement, it's been approved, and then this cat is getting adopted. Then usually what you do, as I understand, like you have submitted forms. I'll just find my test one, say this one, and I'll edit it. This one, and say we'll link it to this CAD that I just created. What was the name? Test CAD. Test CAD Dmitry. So, and yeah, that's the form, and it says it's adopted. There are answers on this form, and yeah. So let's go back to this CAD. You can see there is one submitted form here. At this point, I understand that you added the cat, you updated to adopted, yeah, I think I'll just do it to available. I think you do it through adoption. So once the form is submitted, then you, I think, enter adoption for this animal. And the adopter would be, say, adopter profile, also test profile that I created. And then say the cat was adopted yesterday. And here you can link the submitted form that was done. And save. So this way, if you go back to the animal task at Dmitry, the status automatically changed to adopted, the application is linked to adopter, and owner is Dmitry adopter. And at this point, one additional thing you'll have to do is to go to outcomes and add an outcome. And just add when outcome happened. Adoption is already linked for this cat. And here, say you can link, again, district equals, say, 45 on the outcome. So it means the cat ended up in this district, and save. That's it. Those are the additional change. So additions to this process, it's adding the cat count using hashtag, and then when adding an animal, also add an intake and indicate when it happened and who and when it happened. And then once you add an adoption, link the submitted agreement Then one additional thing you'll have to do is to, on outcomes, create an outcome for this input intake, where you'll again indicate when it happened and the type of outcome. If it's a TNR, you would use release. If it's an owner who found the cat claiming it back, it will be returned to owner. It can be euthanasia. So not only adoption, but all types of outcome for all cats that go through you and then leave the care will be recorded this way. That's it.